Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi also urging all sides in the war on Iran to stay committed to pursuing peace, respecting the ongoing truce and meeting each other halfway in talks to reach a deal, urging support for the multilateral body, United Nations. He was speaking while hosting a meeting of the UN Security Council in New York. Mitch McCann has more for CNA from the UN in New York.
The theme of Tuesday's meeting, upholding the UN Charter and strengthening the UN-centred international system, underscores China's long-held desire that members use the UN Security Council as a tool to solve disputes rather than acting unilaterally and violating international law. Secretary-General Antonio Guterres opened the meeting where he discussed the ever-increasing number of conflicts the Security Council is being forced to face, illustrating the volatile and urgent geopolitical situation.
We now face the highest number of conflicts since the founding of the United Nations. And there is growing external interference, including the provision of weapons such as drones, which now frequently target civilians and civilian objects. Violence is expanding in scale and complexity in the Middle East, Sudan, Ukraine and beyond.
When China's foreign minister addressed the council, Wang Yi underscored China's desire for members to use the UN as a primary place for diplomacy, but he chose not to mention specific countries failing to do so, despite China having criticised the US in January for what it labelled bullying over its military action in Venezuela and saying actions against Iran violated the UN Charter.
自觉维护安理会的权威，任何绕开安理会授权的单边军事行动都不可接受。任何超出安理会决议范畴的单边制裁都不具合法性。
Meanwhile, the United States sought to defend its policy direction under President Trump, with Washington often accused of acting on its own and flagrantly ignoring long-held institutions. Its representative rejected that idea, saying that the US had streamlined bureaucracy, eliminated duplication and ensured accountability for a more effective UN.
What we are working towards is not a rejection of multilateralism, but putting clarity and results over inefficiency and hollow words. We will continue to work to advance the founding principles of the UN Charter. We call on those whose actions undermine the UN Charter, including at times permanent members of this Council, to change course immediately.
Earlier in the day, Ukraine's representative, alongside other UN ambassadors, condemned recent Russian attacks on Ukraine, and it followed Moscow's call for foreigners to leave Kiev, which raised the possibility of a major escalation in its attacks. At the UN Security Council, Russia didn't respond to those comments, but it revealed that its deputy foreign minister was rejected when seeking a visa to attend the meeting in New York.
Несмотря на все наши попытки добиться от американской стороны выдачи ему визы, она так и не была ему выдана. Рассматриваем это не только как нарушение Вашингтоном своих обязательств по соглашению о центральных учреждениях ООН, согласно которым доступ в штаб-квартиру Всемирной организации должен быть обеспечен всем, без исключения официальным лицам стран-членов, но и как вопиющее неуважение к председательству Китая в Совете Безопасности.
Tuesday's meeting comes at a critical moment for the global body, which is under pressure to deliver solutions to an overwhelming number of crises. But it remains to be seen whether China's demands for member states to use the UN to solve them will make any meaningful difference or fall on deaf ears. For CNA, I'm Mitch McCann at the United Nations in New York.